Actually, that construction of the post box wasn't so flashy at all. It was just similar. Go somewhere, do stuff. Once more going, it will. In a chance, this feels gameplay at this far feels quite much like in Kojima's previous game, but it's got dashes of other stuff like well, that gathering of living builds and structures for other players and messages. Is something like feels a bit like a Dark Souls games. So and I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. But this part of the game feels to have very slow and even pace. That whatever world destroying
heads up, Sam. Your cargo's been pinged. Move now before someone has eyes on you. Get to your destination ASAP if you don't want to get caught.
Alright. Why would anybody want to take the cargo? You know, couriers are fucking important thing, or at this case, porters. You don't want to get the mail to be. Alright, not there. That's a death down there. Yep, that's death down there. I don't want to jump down there and splatter myself across there. Oh shit. Oops. Bad.
Mules gave you trouble, huh? Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than the best of BTs.
Yep. Time to get down here. Use the rope to go down. And time to go. Alright. Timefall, yeah. Corrosion to the equipment by time. Hastened. Yep, nothing really pleasant about that. And those mules must be some kind of scavengers, perhaps. Dudes who just want to gather stuff. Most likely not hostile in a sense, but I would say yes, hostile, but not evil hostile, just hostile because of desperation and selfishness caused by desperation, which is a sad state of affairs. What's this? Time to examine. Oh, it was nothing. And there's the direction to go. I wonder, would people who actually live in around Washington DC recognize any of this landscape at all. At least I do know the climate, that it is not the most hospitable place. Climate oh, what's this? What was that? Oh, there's some sort of resource gathering stuff with crystals. Yes, feels very much like Metal Gear Solid 5, at least the later version, which had all the plant life gatherings and all kind of stuff. That's actually, in a sense, this game still has very good feeling about being a Kojima's game, in that. Oh shit. Oh, in the sense that it is very
over here.
yeah, deliver stuff. And that makes this very... It has a similar wide world of Metal Gear Solid 5, but of course not without the military trappings. Oh shit, that was bad. Almost mangled myself. And of course that game had also different... Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Seriously?
I guess you could say that as he has to carry that fetus around. It's this is Kojima seems to, at least what seeing his games of Metal Gears and this except shit, what was that? That's bad.
You got company.
Oh yeah. Shit. Fuck. Shit. They are scary, mostly because I don't know what the fuck they even are. I think that red flashing and all that is bad. I have very good reasons that I don't know. They are very scary and they are... Those things are about as scary as anything can be because I don't know what the fuck they even are. I can't even guess what they are. All I can figure out with certainty is that they are bloody dangerous. And them being bloody dangerous means they are oh, that means danger out. Hopefully.
Something wrong, Sam?
Oh no, kid doesn't look so hot.
Nothing to worry about. Its functions are temporarily suspended, but they can be restored. I can perform the necessary maintenance at a distribution center. Hurry though.
Autotoxemia, that's self-poisoning. And as much as I can say that's bad from something like beyond bad, I certainly don't want.
When the strain on your BB exceeds sustainable levels, it triggers the production of harmful compounds, and the body, in essence, begins to attack itself. It's called autotoxemia. If your BB's not performing to spec, drop by your private room and see if the incubator helps.
Quite hard to drop by the bloody private room because it's not fucking near and I don't think there's any fast travel network. Oh! Oh yes. Even the conditions are very rough, slippery, dangerous. Well, but still trying to deliver it there. Yeah, it's still following the basic rules of in-game in-game tutorials by
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
well, there's the stuff I need to deliver. I hope it's in quite good condition. And I think I must also deliver the baby. Not in childbirth sense, but let it be healed. It's in a sense very sad. It's the existence of these BB units is very sad. Delivering as much as I could. It took damage.
Wait station folks told me all about you. Sam Bridges, with the second expedition, right? The guy expanding the chiral network on his lonesome when he's not out making deliveries. So what'd you bring us? Let's see it. Talk about above and beyond. Thanks. Must Must have had to pass through BT territory to get here too, didn't you? They weren't joking when they said you were a legend.
Well, they took damage. So it's completely acceptable.
Okay, it's time. Do you mind connecting us to the network?
Yeah, time to use these fancy floaty, glowy dog tag things. Oh yes, and despite all the fanciness of this technology, there's still some clipping issues and all that kind of things. Individual pieces look great, but they don't touch each other correctly. That's...
Sam, as always.
Yep.
Looks like we're on the chiral network. And with those materials you brought for our chiral printer, we can produce supplies for you here as needed. Think of it as our way of returning the favor. Now head west and keep on doing what you do.
Good. The distro center's on the network.
Sam, do me a favor. Take your BB to a private room and connect it to the incubator.
Good work.
Oh yes. Enter private room.
Your work is great.
Being a courier is dangerous job, especially even more dangerous in this kind of conditions where time goes to fuck up. Oh, actually that's some sort of weird term, time goes to fuck up.
Dead man, you there? Little help?
Okay, Sam. Remove the pod and connect it to that incubator.
Well... He doesn't look too good.
Good.
Oh yeah, he's...
Temporary excessive stress. Easily addressed if we return it to its mother's womb.
Mother?
Located in the capital Knot City ICU. Brain dead, of course.
You mean still mother?
Correct. A steel mother's womb facilitates a connection between the world of the dead and the BB. And you, in turn, connect yourself to a BB, granting you the ability to sense BTs. These pods were designed to simulate the conditions inside a still mother's womb. BBs need to believe they're in one at all times to function properly. However, we can only maintain this deception for so long, which is why we must periodically update the environmental data by synchronizing it with a still mother via the chiral network. There.
Yep.
The update is in progress. Right now, the pod is synchronizing with the steel mother in capital Knot City.
I think it already did
reconfiguring
it.
its settings based on the latest data.
Interesting. It's a...
Returning your BB to the womb in this manner will temporarily reduce its stress levels. That being where it technically belongs, of course.
Kid looks happy.
I'll try adjusting the oxytocin dosage. Autotoxemia should set in much slower from now on. You should remember that BBs are just equipment. Try not to get attached.
Well,
Each one has been physically removed from its steel mother's womb. A process that renders them unpredictable and prone to failure.
they
No
are.
BB on record has remained in service for over a year. It may need to be retired before this expedition is over.
So they're aborted fetuses.
You saying there's no way to keep my BB alive?
You must understand, there is still a great deal we don't know about BBs. As we expand the chiral network and recover more past data, perhaps we'll
Ah,
find
now
our
we know.
answers.
Very handy.
You asked me to look into why the BTs might be reacting to your blood. I spoke with Hartman. We should have your results soon. Anyway, get some rest. You and your BB are both exhausted. Good night, Sam.
Yeah, real fancy. I thought I had to take some sleep and with the dream catcher.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Sam? Can you see me?
How are things over there?
Still not under guard. Still not chained up. Still can't leave. But if you can keep making connections, if you can get to me, we can go back east, back home. Thank you. I mean that. It's bad. There are fewer and fewer people in the cities these days. No one's having children anymore. But humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together, to help one another. And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect, then, well, it's like Bridget said, extinction.
Come on. Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope. I'll be waiting, Sam. Waiting for you. Come and find me.
Sam Porter. Dramatic scene. I think I have some sort of idea
Sam,
why.
This is Hartman. Since you're awake, it might behoove you to freshen up. To that end, why not take a shower? It's good for the body and soul, and also my research as it happens.
Alright, well, let's just take the shower. Alright. Oh, now I think I'll figure out the interesting solution why it's very difficult to model a human. It's the skin, not the transparency and layers. It's the flexibility of it.
Deadman relayed your request to me, as I oversee BT research. I'll be taking a sample of your shower water in order to study the effects your bodily fluids might have on a BT.
Study other people with dooms?
Everyone in Bridges, myself and Mama. Results thus far are inconclusive.
But you possess other singular qualities, being a repatriate as well. I must confess to a measure of optimism.
Processing fluids. Waste products. Drilling. Dispensing.
There. Take the sample with you. Should the opportunity arise, try using it on a BT. I'm curious to see how they react. Who knows? It may even prove beneficial to you. There was an old research paper detailing the effects of bodily fluids from individuals like us on BTs. It is only by recovering these materials that we can unearth the knowledge of the past. Not just the Death Stranding, but also the mystery of your body's unique properties and even our doom's affliction. There may well be hope for humanity. Sam, I have no interest in rebuilding America. I want to recover the past. Oh, it's almost time.
After you make your connections and nothing happens, then what? I said, then what?
Sam, sorry to bother you while you're taking a break, but I figured you'd want to hear this. Hell, maybe it'll help you rest easier. We received a number of messages addressed to you. I've not taken a look myself, but I gather they're mostly from your clients. You should see if they contain any useful information. Mail can be accessed via your cufflinks, as well as the terminal in your private room. There's something else I'd like to share with you. With the Cairo network, we now have the power to reclaim our past. Data once thought lost forever from every corner of America can be pieced back together from fragmented records. Our archives are still a work in progress, of course. But as we expand the network and integrate more way stations and cities, we'll be able to recover more and more information, such as the previous expedition's logs and reports. Everything they sent back was lost when Central Knot City was destroyed. Now, we've managed to restore some already, in fact. You can access them from a private room terminal or your cufflinks by selecting Archives. Might make for interesting reading.
Oh yes, so that's the encyclopedia of in-game things. But it's the skin thing. Skin's flexibility is not actually something very easily modeled. They can be layered and all that kind of things, but the actual flexibility of it is very difficult. As in, the elbows should have loose skin just because hand actually bends. But there doesn't actually appear to be, in a sense, loose skin in 3D models. But I guess it's time to actually end this episode right here, and I might be looking all those data packages elsewhere. But yeah, that's it. Time to end this episode right here. See you next time. See ya.